So today let's solve this problem, minimum number of groups to create a valid assignment from the weekly contest 368. So for better experience, you can switch the playback speeds. So first we will understand the question and then we will build the logic, then we will see the high level of the coding and we will see the time complexity. In the contest, I could not able to solve this problem because I got the question and I have built the logic and I have coded myself, but the time complexity thing I missed and I was not able to solve it. But after the contest I have analyzed it and I could able to solve. So first we will understand the question. So here you are given a zero indexed integer array nums of length n and we want to group the indices. So for each index I in the range, it is assigned to exactly one group. He's saying that he will given some numbers and each index in this number is will be assigned to exactly one group, and he is saying a group assignment is valid if the following condition hold. For every group G, all indices J assigned to group G have the same value in nums. He is saying that if you have G1, all the values in the G1, suppose the value is X, all the values in G1 should be X, and in G2 if the value is Y, all the elements in G2 should be Y. And for any two group G1 and G2, the difference between the number of indices assigned to G1 and G2 should not exceed 1. So here the number of indices means the number of elements in G1 and G2. Number of elements in G1 minus number of elements in G2 should not exceed 1. Suppose in G1 if I have 4 and in G2 if I have 3, it is valid. But if you have 4 and in G2 if you have 2, and that is not valid. We need to optimize it. We need to return the denoting the minimum number of groups needed to create valid group assignments. We need to optimize it so that we can create a valid group assignment. First, let's understand the first input 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and you have assigned into group 1 0 to 4 indexes which are 3, and in group 2 has included 1 and 3, and you can see number of elements, difference between number of elements is less than or equals to 1. So it's my valid sequence. In two groups it got satisfied. And if you see this, in this we have divided into 4 groups, and in the same way you can see the number of difference between number of elements in each group is less than or equals to 1. So this is also satisfied with the answer as 4. So let's see. First we will see in a group number of elements can be in between. It can be from 1, it will start from 1, and how much it can go. Let's see with this example. Here 3, how many times it occurred? 3 times. 4, 2 times, and 2 has occurred 4 times. If you see how many maximum elements can be present in each group, which can be 1, it can present, so that all elements can be going to the single groups. So number of groups will be here 4 plus 2 plus 3, it will be 9, which is not my optimal. But if you see 4 has occurred 2 times, so maximum I can go till 2, because if we take number of elements in a group are 3, if you are taking number of elements as 3, then you can't satisfy this condition. This 4 will definitely fail, because 4 cannot be distributed, into three elements. So the maximum group can have 1 element or maximum 2, not 3. So here my low will be 1 and high will be minimum of frequencies of frequencies of all this. Now let's see. So how we can eliminate the bad groups? First, let's understand. Suppose X elements are present in group 1, and in group 2, definitely it should be X or X plus 1. We are not going for X minus 1. We are considering X, X plus 1, and X plus 1, X plus 2. We are going in the forward direction, then definitely it will get covered. So first, if you see this, consider group as 4 and 5. We are taking X is equals to 4 and 5, and if we are seeing 1, how many times it occurred? 5 times. 2, these all are my frequencies. You can consider this as frequencies. If you see here, in this group I have 5 elements and 5 elements and 5 elements, then this will satisfy my condition. 5, 5, 4, yes, it will satisfy. 5, 5, 3, I will give 1 here, so it will become 4. It will become 4 and it will satisfy. If you say this, I can give 2 elements from these 2 elements, so it will get satisfied. But if you see here, if you want to make 1 to 4, it's not possible, because if you make it 4 4, it can go until only 3. Only 3, it can't go, it can't reach 4. This will not satisfy my condition. This is a valid bad subsequence. If it is 550, we can take this 2 and it is satisfied. So how to we have identified the failure, at which conditions we will get a failure. Let's see with mathematical statements. Frequency of an element, a is equals to x, b is equals to x plus 1. First, x, what we can take? 4. We can consider above example 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Let's take this 12 as my best solution, because this way this can give us the answer so that we can understand it easily. So if you see here, frequency, x is equals to frequency by b. So here my frequency is 5. This is my frequency is 12. My frequency is 12, and how I am dividing it? 12, x is equals to 12 by 5. X is equals to 12 by 5. My x is 2. Two groups I can divide as 5 and 5. And remaining is equals to 12 percentile 5, which is 2. Yes, we got 2. We got the remaining as 2. And we will check. This is 2. And how many elements we required? It should reach to 4. 5 or 4. My elements were taken as 4 or 5. So it should reach to 4. How many elements we required here? 2. So we will check whether 2 is present or not. So y is equals to a minus remaining. A is 4. A is 4. My remaining is 2. Here y is equals to 2. And here x we have 2 and y we have 2. X is greater than or equals to y, then it is my valid. Then we can say it is true. Suppose if you take 5 and 1, my x will be 12 by 5, which will be 2, and my remaining, it is 11, sorry, and remaining 11 percentile 5, which will be 1. And if you calculate y, my x can reach till 4, and here we have 1. How many elements we required? 4 minus 1, which is 3, which is obviously greater. We can manage only 2 elements. We can give only 2 elements to this one to satisfy above condition, but he is saying that we required minimum of 3 elements. Then we can say break, that is not possible. And one correction, guys, this is not 1, 2, 3. This is the frequency of every, suppose any element. Frequency of any element. It can be equal 1 or 2 or 3. This is my frequency. Frequency is 15, frequency is 14, 13, 12, 11 and 10. So I think you understood this mathematical statement. It is pretty easy if you try to understand it. So let's see the code. If you see the code, you can understand the problem clearly. So here if you have a map, and we will keep every element in the map. Here we are taking the minimum, I dot second. So L is less than or equals to A, then we are calling the solve function. If you can see this is very big, but if you understood this calculations, then it will be pretty easy. So we see this is my frequency. If frequency is A or frequency equals to B, now A is equals to B are we considered as 4, 5. If the frequency is 4 or my frequency is 5, then I will directly increment. And X is equals to frequency of B. We have calculated here. X is equals to frequency divided by B, and if frequency is the number of remaining elements. If the frequency is 0, suppose if you are getting this condition 5 and this as my 0, then yes, this will satisfy my answer. C is equals to C plus X. These are the X is number of groups for a single element, for single frequency. And if it is not equal to 0, A minus frequency, we have subtracted 4. You can see here what we have did 4 minus 1. We have subtracted the remaining elements, and here we will get the remaining. If X is greater than Y, then my number of groups will increase by 1, because if you see here my groups has increased to 1. Here we got 2 and here we got 1. But in this scenario we got 2 here, but this condition got failed. So if it got failed, if a question we are breaking it and we are not keeping in our answer. Here we are incrementing our answer. Answer is equals to, here incrementing the answer equals to minimum of answer comma C, and Here answer equals to int max, we will initialize with the maximum. So in this we will get the minimum and we are returning the answer. I think you understood the question and the logic and the high level of the coding. If you couldn't able to understand, please rewatch this the calculation part, because this is the most important thing. If you understand this, you can understand the solution pretty easily. Now let's see the time complexity. This is very interesting, guys. It's very interesting. And so if you take this is my frequency. So my maximum frequency suppose is 1. So all elements have 1 as my frequency. So it will go from 1 to 1, and total elements are 10 power 5. 10 power 5 divided by 1 is 10 power 5. So if you see this will go to 10 power 5 and this will be 10 power, this will go to 10 power 1 and this will be 10 power 5. Now if you see this, if the frequency is 10, the frequency is 10, so maximum number of unique elements, how many it can be? 10 power 5 divided by 10. Maximum number of unique elements can be 10 power 4. 10 power 4. So my map size can be up to 10 power 4, and 1 to 10 we need to iterate. So it is 10 power 5. Suppose my max frequency is 100 and all the remaining frequencies can be 101, 102, 102, anything. But we can consider maximum frequency as 100 and we have total number of elements as 10 power 5. 10 power 5 divided by 100, which is 10 power 3. We have 10 power 3 of unique elements. My map size is 10 power 3 and I am iterating 1 to 100, so it will be 10 power 5. If you see this, how many times you go, how many elements you get, 10, 100 or 1000 or until 10 power 5, my time complexity would be order of 10 power 5 only, which is order of, and that is why if you can see here, this is my 2 loops. This is one loop and this is another loop where I am iterating through the map. But it is valid because my maximum time complexity can reach to till the 10 power 5 only. In the context, I was thinking about binary search. I was thinking how to optimize the code, and you can see my submissions. I will show you my submission which got failed. So you can see this was my code. But only thing I was doing was I was calculating the mid and I am checking whether it will be satisfied or not. Every time I was doing that, that's why I could not able to solve in the context. But if you generalize it, my time complexity will be 10 power 5. I hope you understand this lecture. If you understand, please do like and subscribe to my channel. So after the every contest I will solve the problems. So please do subscribe. Thank you.